Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Northrock Lanes, home of the 2017 PWBA Wichita Open. Emil Williams Jr., Jason Thomas, and the entire PWBA staff, we say thank you for joining us as we continue on the path of finding out who our 4 TV finalists will be for the Wichita Open. The show will be taped June 25th at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and to air in July. Match play game number 1 just underway here. You are watching Verity Crawley and Liz Johnson. Our other match on 25 and 26, we're on 21 and 22 at the moment, is Clara Guerrero and Jen Higgins. And we appreciate you tuning in. And I'll welcome you back to Bowl TV on Extra Frame. Our qualifying scores after 18 games, including the 6-round cashers round this morning. CT Rockman from Malaysia and Lee Jane Sin, or Sin Lee Jane, atop the leaderboards. And I say that because if you are familiar with the way our PWBA standard events work, you'll know that match play, everything is broken down into 2 groups, A and B, odds and evens. So 2 Team Malaysia members leading their respective groups by a significant amount. So we very well could see CT Rockman and Sinley Jane making TV here. It is very likely at this point, but a lot can happen in 6 games. We see it every single week out on the PWBA Tour. That would mean that they would be the top 2 seeds. Total pinfall would determine who would be the top seed. Well, again, a lot to go through and to get there prior to that. You see the talented Verity Crawley going for her 2nd TV appearance of the season. This is just her 3rd event overall of 2017. Her first event was the the PWBA Fountain Valley Open. Missed the first 2 events. And now, of course, on tour for the remainder of the season. Has made match play in all 3 events, including the USBC Queens. So going right on up that points leaderboard and the statistics. If you're familiar or curious about the stats, of course you can check those out at pwba.com. Those are updated after each event and then through TV. So once our first show airs, for example, then the final additions will be made to the Cubica AMF PWBA Sonoma County Open standings and stats, if you will. Hope everyone is doing well. As you all know, the Live Now post on Facebook, on the PWBA Facebook page. That is where, if you'd like to interact, you can. Let us know where you're watching and who you're watching, who you're rooting for. Earlier today, I talked a little bit about some dream matchups who you would like to see in a dream title match setting on the PWBA Tour. Of course, match play kind of brings about some of those dreams and gets us really to think about some great matches we'd like to see. Pretty good match so far. Verity Crawley and Liz Johnson. I tell you what, it wouldn't be a shock if at some point this season and certainly in the future we'll see these two locking up for or in a title match. Verity just 22 years old. She's graduated from Weber International last year. Gets a break. She's been playing that gutter throughout the tournament. Still has Clara Guerrero for the most part. Now, interesting, this is the burn squad. So no re-oil for this match play portion. But again, different factors this morning. Only 32 bowlers, 3 to a pair and 1 with 2. So less traffic on the lanes. Players have continued, similar to what they did last night in round 2, electing to continue to play to the right, some to the left or in the middle of the lane. But now that we've gotten down to the top 12, we can really see and pinpoint who is playing the lanes in a completely different zone. So far, Liz and Verity in the same area. Generally speaking here, Clara, who we'll see momentarily. Jen Higgins also playing out. Well, Jen Higgins, in regards to who's in and who's out, so to speak. Our last shot went out to about, actually was in at maybe 16, 17. Shannon Pulhowski, I believe the lone left-hander in match play. That's something we say relatively often. Got a tape delay, if you will. Verity looking to put a little piece of tape into the spare ball. So we'll go on over to Clara, who just left the Big Four. Clara takes the count. Maria Jose Rodriguez was last. made the final cut. Last player to make match play. Shot 228, her high game of the tournament. I'll say that one more time. Maria Jose Rodriguez shot 228 to just beat out Najimi Itakura by 11 pins. A shot there from Clara to sneak into the last spot for match play. That was her high game of the tournament. Her low game was 178. Her high game 228. She is last in the Group B. $15 pins behind Clara Guerrero, who is essentially 5th in that group at the moment. Plus 75, she is 10th overall. Jen Higgins, 8th overall. 4th. In Group B, Liz Johnson in Group B this week. 6th overall at plus 98. Right now, she would have a spot in a group step ladder. She would face Verity Crawley, for example. So this could be something we'll see down the road. Maybe. We'll find out. All right, here's Jen. Get an idea where she's playing. If he's watching, certainly would say hello to Jen's hubby, Dan Higgins. To any and all significant others, for that matter, who may be watching. All of our players this afternoon, hello. I don't want nobody coming at me when they see me. Hey, why you didn't give me a shout out? Well, I didn't know you were watching. So, let's just go ahead and cover all bases there. All significant others, hello. Hello. That's all I'm going to give you from Adele. Good shot there from Higgins. All right, let's check out Verity Crawley now. 8th frame after Liz Johnson threw a triple ladder. She's back at it. Posting shots. You don't see Verity Crawley fall off a shot too often. Fundamentals. Very, very sound. Able to get so much power. Off camera, Clara left at week 10. And continuing on match play. Group A, C.T. Rockman, Juliana Franco, Shannon O'Keefe, Shannon Pluhowski, Amanda Green, and Brittany Smith. Brittany Smith in the match play for the first time this season. Well, she finished 5th last year at the Greater Detroit Open. Just missed out on a TV bid, lost to, if I remember correctly, Stephanie Johnson. And again, your Group B, Cindy Jane, Verity Crawley, Liz Johnson, Jen Higgins, Clara Guerrero, and Maria Jose Rodriguez. Split try. No good. All right, here's Clara. So best Verity can do there is shoot 225. Liz, at the moment, pacing at about 230. Here's Clara. Good shot. All right, Clara strikes in the 8th. Advantage still Jen Higgins. Here's Liz Johnson on a 3-bagger, 9th frame. Oh, look at Liz out there sending sticks around. The 2-time reigning PWBA Player of the Year. Booyah. Speaking of sending sticks, the 10 who won't fall break up a split for Jen Higgins. Back over to Liz, 10th frame. That one's inside. Out of trouble, leaves the 6. That hit in the 9th. It's wrapped up a game 1 victory here for Liz Johnson. Yeah, we've seen some serious things go down in match play from record standpoint. In fact, in Fountain Valley, I think Liz Johnson lost her first 4 matches and somehow still was able to make the group stepladder final. Shot 250 in game 5 and followed it up, I believe, with 2 team 220, but won them both. Maybe even lost the position round. 250 was enough. We've seen players go 6-0 in match play as well. In fact, Verity Crawley in the same event. You see Clara there. Verity Crawley went 5-0-1 to come up and take the top seed in Group B at the Fountain Valley Open. While Clara, who had pretty much led the entire way overall, struggled in match play. Just couldn't get anything going and lost some matches by 4 to 5 pins or less, for example. Went 0-5-1. So it can and does happen. Sometimes you go 5-1 to sneak into the group stepladder final. That happens as well. So a lot to look forward to. One game nearly in the books. Verity tried a different ball. Be curious to see if she will remain in that area of the lane as she moves on here. Loses by 30 to Liz Johnson. 243-213. Guerrero. Only one double so far in this game. She can max at 189. Strike here would force Jen Higgins to double in the 10th, try to win this match, or win this game, excuse me. Or win the match, that is correct. Good shot. Clara does the job, 189. Jen Higgins max score 192. And she will not get the victory here. takes care of the spare. Hello to Donald Whitfield, watching from the Villages, Florida. Speaking of the Villages, Missy Klug, not here this week, but great performance at the USBC Queens and Baton Rouge. Missy from the Villages. 189 to 171. Clara defeats Jen Higgins here, match number 1. And as Bill Belichick would say, in his words, we are on to game 2. All right, coming up next, #21 and 22. Pardon me, Clara and Sinley Jane. Good matchup here on 21 and 22 forthcoming. 25 and 26 will have Liz Johnson and Maria Jose Rodriguez. Dan West. Hello, Dan. I was probably not getting your tweets because I'm not logged in as myself at the moment. I'll do that. But I like your dream championship match, Michelle Feldman versus Alita Sill. That would be pretty solid right there. And that's different. I like that, Dan. I'm going to start writing these down. Looks like just a momentary break to get the scores situated. Got action on 21 and 22. So we'll start there with Clara Guerrero. On your video screen, Clara will be letter A. Sin Lee will be group B. Oh, excuse me, letter B. I beg your pardon. It says a group B match though. Well, pay attention to where Lee Jane is continuing to play the lanes. All right, Liz Johnson and Maria Jose Rodriguez off and running in game 2. James shot 279 the back half of the Cashers round this morning. And playing the lanes very similar to what she was doing earlier today. All right, here's Clara looking for the early double. That one does not lay off. 4-7-10. Weak 10 there from Maria off camera. Shot there from Clara. The bounce back. Good shot. Let's check in with Liz Johnson. Money. Liz 3 in a row to start game number 2. All right, Maria Jose, 9 spare, made her first strike of the match just a minute ago. Nice double. Made the adjustment. Did Maria after leaving the weak 10 in frame number 2 in that left lane. Keep it locked to Liz Johnson briefly.
Hi, friends.
Our customary hello. One more time.
I'm getting beat. What's happening?
That was Maria Jose Rodriguez. You should be used to that by now. And almost you should come to expect it.
Maybe I'll have a chance if she misses. If she maybe leaves like a stone age.
I don't think you'll have a chance.
Oh, man.
Well, she
Okay.
hasn't gone yet, though.
Thank you, though.
Here we go.
Thanks for the compliments.
Fifth
Or the
frame.
support.
Fifth frame.
Nope.
I'll tell you, if you ever need to have yourself a laugh or a lighthearted moment, you want to go talk to Maria Jose Rodriguez. She will brighten your day immediately. Lee Jane with 5 in a row. We'll check in with her momentarily. Clara trying to keep that one close. Opened in the second, but she surrounded that with strikes. 10 won't go. Almost the old 8-10 there. More Maria. Let's see if Clara can things happening here. On a 3-bagger, looking for 4. That one's right. And a light 4-7. It's spare for Rodriguez. Spare was made from Guerrero. Rodriguez. In a washout. All right, here's Clara. 4-7 make. All right. Team Malaysia. Sinley Jane. Fist pump. Perfection. Pretty good shot. How about Liz Johnson? Speaking of perfection, no. 10 pin in the 6th frame. No perfection attempt here for Sinley Jane. My adjective was more so, and to describe that shot. 290 is not bad though either. And that is what she is looking at. Here comes the 8th frame. Nine pin. That looks familiar, doesn't it, folks? Liz Johnson, 6 out of 7. Spare is made by Sinley Jane. Rodriguez. Good shot in the 7th. Following up on the open frame in the 6th. Over to Clara Guerrero. Clara Juliana. It's a big double there for Clara. To get to 246. That's her max score. Cindy Jane at the moment would be pacing 240. Good shot for Maria. As much as match is, of course, important to win, you need 30 bonus pins. I mean, you don't need them, but they certainly help, right? They make a difference. They certainly can help when you win a match and shoot 190, for example. And they certainly help when you shoot 260, for example. Maria needing some strikes and some high games. Liz Johnson, though, continuing.
Okay, I have no chance now.
You think so?
I mean, I have a chance to make up some pins and make the step ladder.
Heard it there first, folks. Maria. Chance probably over for the most part in this match, but striking is of utter importance for her personally. 232 will go a long way, whether she wins or loses this match, boy. But you don't throw it better than that right there. Did you see the way the ball went through the pins? That was the essence of 10 back to a T. Big shot there in the 9th for Maria. Lee. Dang. It was a big shot because Clara could have gotten to 246 again with all 3 in the 10th. Now it's just good count, potentially on a spare. We'll get it done for her or shut out Clara. No trip for Maria. First shot in the 10th. And now spare strike will give her 211. That one sails a little bit, but gets 9. And that will be enough to shut out Clara here in this match. Sin Lee Jane. At this point, literally dominating. I mean, just dominating their respective groups. Sin Lee in Group B, Rockman in Group A. .211 for Maria off camera. Again, 248. Sin Lee Jane. And Clara through the nose, 3.610. Liz Johnson, 279 still out there. some late help on the 7. Johnson yet again, fast 8. So she'll have to settle for a potential 267. Final look at Clara. That was a different ball, but that one started up really early, didn't it? That's probably not the one. 248, 221. Cindy Jane or Clara Guerrero. 267, 211. Final score. Liz Johnson and Maria Jose Rodriguez. Game 3 is coming up on 21 and 22. Leader of Group A, Cindy Rockman and Shannon Pluhowski. On 25 and 26, Brittany Smith and Juliana Franco. So at the moment, folks, we can't get too far ahead of ourselves, but kind of start looking past who's going to lead their respective groups and look into who can make bids for group stepladder finals appearances. Certainly not saying it's over in that regard, but if you take a look at the standings, it's going to take a lot to overcome Siti and Sin Lee. And they neither are doing anything to remove themselves from their positions, especially Sin Lee Jane, 248. She shot 246 in game number 1. Players making their way down, so delay won't be too long. On to game 3. Hope you are enjoying your Saturday. I know there's a lot going on here in Wichita. The River Fest that is taking place downtown always draws a crowd. Learned a little bit about that during last year's event. Brittany Smith is up and she is ready to go. All right, that one a little bit outside as we begin game 3. Again, position round, the final game. There is Juliana Franco. And Juliana was your round 1 leader after qualifying. So, looking ahead, we've got certainly the potential for talk about seeing different faces, new faces in the crowd, if you will. These are two faces who certainly would be new to PWBA television if they are able to somehow earn a spot on the TV finals or in the TV finals. Of course, they are in the same group, so only one. Unless someone gets on a run here and is able to top CT Rockman in Group A. Only one would have that opportunity to still make TV. Other players, don't forget about Amanda Green. Plenty experienced, PWBA champion. Shannon Pluhowski, of course, who we'll check out here momentarily. And Shannon O'Keefe. Talk about able to draw on some experiences. Won her first 2 singles titles at the professional level. Last year would be some great momentum for her if she can make a TV show heading into her, or heading into Lincoln, excuse me, where she's the defending champion. Brittany Smith, however, not too far behind in 6th in Group A, but just 17 pins after game 1 out of the group step ladder. Now she is 73 pins out of said group. 201-179, no wins yet for Brittany. Pluhowski, 195-204. So Shannon 0-2 so far early. She is 31 pins behind Shannon O'Keefe, who's now moved into 4th. At plus 127, Amanda Green in 3rd. At plus 128, Juliana Franco. Now with a 102 pin lead over Amanda Green. Essentially, it would be the group step ladder or the Group A top seed in the step ladder final. City Rockman again at plus 477. Your overall leader is Sin Lee Jane at plus 512. She is in Group B. She would be the top seed if competition were to stop right now. Liz Johnson is 2nd in Group B at plus 268. Verity Crawley at plus 180 in 3rd. Clara Guerrero plus 115 in 4th. Jen Higgins is in 5th at plus 109, 6 pins out of the Group B step ladder. And Maria Jose Rodriguez, just 49, sticks out. Still plenty to be decided here in Wichita. Shout out to, again, the PBA. Extra frame. A lot happening this week. A lot happening today. We've got the PBA Extra Frame Greater Jonesboro Open qualifying ongoing. B Squad qualifying set to begin here momentarily. In about 30 minutes or so. All right, good shot for Juliana Franco. And let's get our first look over at 21 and 22. Second overall, CT Rockman from Malaysia. And Shannon Pluhowski. Team Malaysia bowling guaranteed 4 events. Obviously here, essentially the Midwest swing, which is what they bowled last year as well. Wichita, Lincoln, Detroit, and the Players Championship. Players Championship this year extended a little bit. An additional day added on, another qualifying round. So 3 rounds of qualifying and 3 rounds of match play for the Players Championship. That's the second major of the season. All right, Pluhowski doubles up. In a row for Pluhowski. Shannon is living in Dayton, Ohio. GM of Capri Lanes, but originally from Phoenix. She's been in Ohio, for quite some time now, but I think it's easy to forget that she once called Phoenix home. Well, I'm sure still calls Phoenix home, of course, but not currently living there, of course. World probably first well known or became aware of Shannon in her days at Nebraska. Dominant 2-time player of the year collegiately. Two-time major winner. CT Safaya. I believe that's her full first name. Big double. All right, 4 in a row for Shannon. Greek Church off camera for Brittany Smith. Looking for her first double. Went through the scores. If you missed them, be sure to check out pwba.com/live. All of our results are there. You can also check out live scoring, of course, as well. In fact, let's go over to some live scoring. Amanda Green on lane 13. She's got 104 in the fifth. Well, nine counts in the sixth frame. She's taking on Shannon O'Keefe. It's a pretty close match there. Cindy Jane had it again. Spare and the next six. And that one just never really got up the hill, to say the least. And CT leaves something that Shannon might leave as a left-hander. The 2-4-7-8. Liana Franco. Take you there momentarily. Good spare from Rockman. All right, we'll let it go first, and we'll check in on Juliana. And Brittany Smith. Smith still was the chance here. Trails by 33. Rockman, good shot. All right, 8-pin goes late, but it goes, and that's a good thing for Juliana. All right, here's a chance to put a little bit of pressure. It just make Juliana think about it ever so slightly. All right, Brittany Smith, she can double up here. Her max score of 225. But first things first, that's one. Liana pacing here at 2-1. Could easily go strike, spare, strike, and shoot 217. So at some point, if Brittany can strike here and then do some damage in the 10th, but and that 10 won't go on the left lane. Smith would have finished the match, or she will finish the match. All right, Brittany Smith can shoot 204 max. So the ball in the court here of Juliana Franco. Meanwhile, some struggles here for CT. We'll take you there briefly. It's a big shot there from Franco. And now nine out would be enough. That would give her 205. Best Brittany Smith can do is shoot 204. So not over yet, but put another one down for Pluhowski off camera. Franco, first shot, 10th frame. Oh, there it is. Late kick on the 7. Unsure what touched it, but it doesn't matter. That's a victory for Franco. Bang. She knew it when she let it go, which is just a complete rarity when you watch Shannon Pluhowski bowl. She'll give you the old, I'm not sure look. And it'll just be 10 back. That one right there, knew it completely off her hand. She gave it the old fist pump. Got down to take one more good look at it and watched all 10 go back. It's a big game for Shannon. One more. You know, if anyone can make a run and run people down, there's a young lady who was 24th at the U.S. Women's Open. And went on to some match play success that weekend and went on to claim the #1 seed at the U.S. Women's Open after qualifying 24th. So it can be done. Talked about bonus pins when you shoot 260. You can't get better than that. Of course it can. That's a figure of speech, but you know. Some good shots thrown from Brittany Smith this game. Unfortunately, just could not get the 10 pin to cooperate. Same thing, flat 10 here. Couple 10 pins late in the game. Greek Church in the 6th. But Brittany will still have some time to earn a spot in the group step ladder final. That's what this format lends, and now Rockman opens in the 10th frame. She shoots 175. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. So take it live for Shannon to even get to 400 at this point, obviously, right? But CT giving some pins back, but she's still in plenty good shape. I think for Shannon, she's got several, or I should say plenty of experience in the group step ladder format. Obviously not where she would like to be. But because of that experience, I think she's always one of the favorites in a situation like that. Unfazed about being left-handed, obviously, because she's used to that. So she's the only lefty in match play right now. And so if she gets there, she'll do what she has to do. The pins will just have to fall. think she'd like to be the top seed in the group step ladder final. To get an idea of what's happening, relax a little bit, practice, and then go at it for one game. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Again, 268 at 30 bonus for Pluhowski. Oh, Shannon already zooms up to, if my math is correct, plus 194 after adding 98 pins in one game. And depending on what Amanda Green finished up with, Shannon could be and would be knocking on the door of Juliana Franco for second in Group A. Still much to be decided. I tell you what's almost decided. Sin Lee Jane not playing any games with Group B today. All right, coming up next, game number 4. Jen Higgins taking on Maria Jose Rodriguez, and Shannon O'Keefe will take on CT Rockman. So we'll get a chance to see if CT can bounce back here. All right, momentary break in the action. Let me check Facebook. I apologize if you guys have been commenting and saying hello. Trying to do a couple things at once. All right, cool. Didn't miss anyone. Everyone watching the action so far here. All right, just about ready for action. Also, go ahead and check out our homies at the Super Senior Classic in Las Vegas. Aaron Smith and Matt Cannizzaro doing work. Some Cashers Round action live streaming on Bowl TV. So again, great bowling today. Super Senior Classic, Wichita Open, PWBA style, and the PBA Extra Frame Girder Jonesboro Open. All right, Higgins Rodriguez will start it up. Keefe and Rockman again on 25 and 26. Sin Lee Jane just keeps striking. She's taking on Liz Johnson on 29 and 30. Maria has gotten deep. She's getting left. All right, wash out there for Jen Higgins. Don't forget, folks, live scoring is working. Check it out. Thanks to Northrock Lanes. Nice pickup for Jen Higgins. All right, so we're on to the next game. That means our score update should be on as well, and it is. After 21 games. CT Rockman plus 452, still leading Group A. Juliana Franco plus 286. In second, Shannon Puhalski again to the big 268, plus 194, moves up to third. Shannon O'Keefe in fourth in Group A at plus 157. Amanda Green plus 121, now on the outside looking in, 36 pins out of a group step ladder position. Brittany Smith is in sixth at plus 48. Brittany having some trouble getting something going. She is 0-3. Had a pretty good look on 25 and 26, but some late carry issues. A lot of support for Jen Higgins in the ground there. Talking to Olivia Sandham. Olivia, former Wichita State Shocker. Group B. Well, with our new format, which started last year in regards to Group A and Group B match play formats. No one is, I don't think we've kept records. Of the largest group wins, for example. But we can go back and keep tally if that's something we wanted to keep up. But Cindy Jane is at plus 610. Liz Johnson, the next closest, is plus 292 to give you an idea. She has shot 762 for the first 3 games in match play. Liz Johnson shot 734. I don't think she gained any pins. Clara Gardetto, third, plus 172. Verity Crawley in fourth at plus 155. Verity in fourth and has not won a match yet. Jen Higgins, if she can even get the strike train going, all aboard. She can find herself in a group stepladder position here. She's 39 pins out of the Group B stepladder final at the moment. She's got to find some strikes though. 171, 212, 207 her first 3 games here in match play. Here's one. And Maria Jose Rodriguez not out of it yet by any means as well. She's 58 pins out. Had her first victory last game and just shot 201. So still some group step ladder things to determine. Let's look at your match play scores. Want to thank all of our sponsors: Smithfield, Nationwide, Pepsi, GoBowling.com, and the Cubica AMF. All their support. Again, in sponsorship, the PWBA Tour.
Maria started this game with a shiny ghost, switched to shoot the spare back to the stronger one with a little bit more surface.
There's some insight on what Maria is doing from Nathan Bohr. I imagine folks probably curious about what everyone is throwing, and curious about what she might be throwing in particular.
The pair she came off of was hooking a lot, so we stayed with the shiny one, and this pair just isn't hooking as much.
Ball rep Nathan Bohr from Motive. Crowd mic's there for it, folks. Give you some natural sound and also the ability to allow players, reps, etc. to stop by, say a few words. And Mr. Bohr just broke it down for us on essentially the last two games, or the last game and this one, what their game plan is and what they were throwing. Jen Higgins now looking for 3 in a row after the Maria double. And whoa. How about that? 17 goes late. Let's check in on Shannon O'Keefe and CT Rockman here. Here are through 4 frames. CT, 9-spare double. Shannon O'Keefe open, still looking for a strike. Open in the first frame. And certainly not a Shannon O'Keefe type shot right there. Higgins. At 3, 6, 9, 10, the 9. Maybe slightly off to the right. Well, wasn't the prettiest, but I think the 9-pin being offset to our right helped her with that spare conversion. Jen Higgins is gone spare, 6-spare, 6-spare, 3-bagger, 6-spare. Heck of a shot there by Maria. And getting in. Like I said, they stayed with the shiny ball here. All right, CT strikes in the 6th. See if Shannon O'Keefe can get something going here. Shannon Pluhowski is she's on the move. 197 in the 8th, 9 spare in the 9th. Check that out on live scoring. O'Keefe, first shot, excuse me, first strike of the match. Comes in the 6th frame. right, big double there for O'Keefe. Back over to Higgins. All right, Jen Higgins hanging tough. O'Keefe on our other match, again on the double. Rockman at 7th spare in the 7th frame. Beat Rodriguez first. Remember, the group step ladder finals will begin at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Get out of there 10, and Rockman strikes 2. But I tell you, if Maria can double here in the 10th, this would go a long way. She just needs strikes. 58 pins out of a spot at the moment. Another group step ladder final. 240 and a win is clutch. O'Keefe off camera, 3 in a row. Here is Maria Jose Rodriguez, Maryland Eastern Shore alum. First shot, 10th frame. Didn't like it. Would have been big in a lot of ways. A, but to shut out Jen Higgins, and 2, you'd love to add 30 bonus pins there. All right, O'Keefe now with 4 in a row. 4 really good shots, too. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Misspoke there. She did shut out Jen Higgins. As Maria will shoot 228 here. My apologies on that. After I just said she could shoot 248. Meanwhile, Pluhowski, 247. So she's gone 268, 247 the last 2 games. Speaking of Pluhowski. All right, 228 and another win for Rodriguez. Rockman now with trouble. 1-2-10 in the 9th frame. Textbook. Pretty good shot there from Higgins. Take you to her 2nd shot in the 10th here. Trying to see what might have been different. Rockman now first shot 10th frame. Get some help on the trip 4. Higgins, this match over, but Those are two very good shots. That one looked exactly like the first one in the 10th. 10 back there, maybe making, she made a slight move in. City can shoot 218. One more, that's big. Jen Higgins' 10th frame, quality. The room all the same. They all look the same. 222. Fortunately, falls by 6 to Maria Jose Rodriguez, 228 to 222. All right. Boy, Greek Church on the end, and that does not help from a count perspective. She shoots 213. Let's see, so O'Keefe already at, let's see, 110, 140. She would go 9, that'll be 69, 89, 209. Needs the first one here in the 10th. And there it is. Very business-like approach from Mrs. O'Keefe on that shot. Six in a row for Shannon. 230. Still out there with a strike. Add another 30 bonus. And more movement in Group A. Nice game from Shannon O'Keefe, 228 to 213. Did not begin striking until the 6th frame. Clean game from Rockman as well. But Shannon O not being denied there. Folks, we're getting closer to having ourselves a ball game a little bit here in Group A. I gave an analogy yesterday in regards to comparison with basketball. It was Rosillo's final game. She was out of the cut, but still approaching it as if she was battling for a spot in the cut. And that was, I likened it to essentially being down 20, 30 points in a basketball game, but not out there, you know, lollygagging and such. Still out hustling, diving for loose balls and such. Those are the kind of things that build character. But you know, of course, you're a professional as well. A little bit of a different scenario here in Group A combined, but CT was up by a lot coming into match play. Essentially up by 30 pins, or excuse me, I'm sorry, 30 points from an analogy perspective. But she was up by almost 200 if I'm not mistaken. right, small delay to get the names together. Keep an eye out on the latest score update. Everyone is now complete with game 4. Cinley Jane, Verity Crawley, Amanda Green, Brittany Smith. Good game 5 matchups. You just saw Cinley continue to do what she has done so well today. Went plus 175 for 6 during the cashier's round. Shot 730 4. The first 3 games, or excuse me, 762. I'm not giving her the proper amount of pins. 762 for the first 3 games in the cashier's round. Not sure what she shot there in game 4. We'll find out soon. Good shot from Crawley. Now, if you recall, Verity Crawley started match play. She was on 22, or excuse me, 21 and 22. And she was still playing to the right. Here they got her. Toward the end of that game, the lane started to get away from her. It was hooking a little bit earlier than she would have liked. Made a ball change to see what the deal was. And now here we are at game 5. That was at this point 3 games ago. And she has made the move left. All right, early double for Cinley. And the weak 10 there. That's just a part of what she is doing. But if that's your misses right there, now that's a miss for Cinley Jane. But she leaves a weak 10. And she's doing it. She's doing something right. Still Brittany Smith. Well, 1 game away. A Green. Amanda. As we watch Verity Crawley. Let's take a look at Amanda Green. Amanda Green is will become a lawyer. Law school at West Virginia University. Brittany Smith, formerly of Grandview University. She was the 2015-2016 National Collegiate Bowling Coaches Association Player of the Year, Most Valuable Player of the International Bowling Media Association as well. All right, how about a score update? After 22 games. CT Rockman, plus 465. Lead has dwindled a little bit, but she's still in the lead. She leads by 165 pins, which is still a pretty darn good amount. Juliana Franco in second at plus 300. Shannon Puhalski in third at plus 271. Shannon O'Keefe in fourth at plus 215. This is where it gets tricky at this point. Amanda Green is going to need a big game soon. Preferably this one. Last three games have been 193, 193, 163, all losses. She is 131 pins out of fourth to compete in the group step ladder. And no love on the 9. Brittany Smith is 181 pins out, still searching for something. She is 0-4 here in match play. Sin Lee Jane, plus 642. She tied with Liz Johnson in their previous match. So she is 3-0-1. Liz Johnson in second, plus 324. Clara Guerrero in third, plus 235. Maria Jose Rodriguez in fourth at plus 155. Jen Higgins is in fifth at plus 138. And Verity Crawley is in sixth at plus 132. Verity has run into, it looks like, based on the scores here, maybe a little trouble. Saw her talking to Rob Gottschall 2 frames ago. Pulled out a different ball, moved back right. And 2-8-10 on the right lane. Amanda strikes. Shot there from Brittany Smith. This is game 5. Game before. Position round. Back over to our leader, Sin Lee Jane. The ball is hitting just so much differently than others. I mean, my goodness. Every time the ball is just hitting like a truck, folks, you hear it. I know you do. Mercy. All right, Crawley struck on the left lane. Left the 2-8-10 last after making the move. Good shot. All right, 3 in a row for Verity. Let's go back over to 21 and 22. Brittany Smith, 9th frame, looking for a double. Yes. Check out our Facebook page. PWBA, Jason Thomas, adding some new content from match play. Amanda Green striking in the 9th. Tenth frame for Amanda. Good shot. That was a big one. best Brittany Smith could do was shoot 221. And now, barring any bad count here, Amanda Green will have a win. Miss on the field, but the game is won. It's 223 and a win. Brittany Smith still searching for that elusive first victory here in match play. Verity Crawley has now gone 4 in a row. She'll step up in the 10th. Get to 219. To make Lee Jane work for it a little bit if she can bring a double here. Oh, there's one. A smart situation now for Sin Lee Jane. Or excuse me, must strike situation. .219 max score for Verity. Ooh. A lot of hard work there put in from Verity Crawley. Trusting the moves, moved back right. Now, Sin Lee Jane in danger of losing her first match here. Spare won't do it. Oh, there's one. She'll need one more for the W. She gets 9 here. Only put her at 215 with a spare. Keep the unblemished besides the tie. And there it is. That was a pin that, boy, you dare it to stand in that situation. Sin Lee Jane is tough today, folks. By all accounts, you are looking at your #1 seed for the PWBA Wichita Open TV Finals. Plenty more to be decided. But it has nothing to do with Sin Lee Jane. Whoa, 223 to 218. I'll put another one down in the win column for Sin Lee Jane. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. Position round is coming up next. And I'm going to go write a few paragraphs right now. Try to help my cause later. So hang tight as we tally up the scores. There is one pair or two pair with a couple balls left in the 10th frame. So hang tight. And be back in a moment. We'll know what Group A looks like. Right now, Group A still has a lot of room to maneuver near the top between 2, 3, and 4. Again, it would still take something crazy for CT Rockman to lose the top spot there. So we'll keep an eye on it just to be sure. And still a lot of room to move. Verity Crawley really needed that win. She was 6, 23 pins out of 4th for group stepladder position in Group B. So we'll tally up the scores here. You hang tight. Don't go anywhere. While you wait, while you wait, go ahead and learn a little more about Jen Higgins. That sounds cool, huh? Back in a moment. Wichita Open rolls on here in Bowl TV on Extra Frame.
I don't remember my first bowling ball, but I remember my first game I ever bowled was a 0. And my dad said I was going to stick with bowling because I came back high-fiving and smiling after every gutter ball. I just thought it was like the greatest thing, so. I'm a huge dog lover, love all dogs. I feel like whenever I scroll through newsfeed and my friend posts a picture of their dog, I'm the first one to hit like. I'm actually a huge wrestling fan, WWE, yeah. My sister got me into it a long time ago, so now I'm hooked on it. So yeah, every Monday night, that's where you find me. John Cena. Oh yeah, so growing up, me and my dad used to always watch Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise. And he used to make like analogies between my bowling and the race car driving.
I'm dropping the hammer.
Probably Jennifer Aniston. I don't know if we should stick with the Jens but she's real classy. I like her. Even the commercials with the Avito skincare, I'm like, dang, she's got it going on. I'm not a big cook, so anything my sister makes. So Thanksgiving time at my sister's house would be my favorite food. Probably mint chocolate chip, anything with like chunks of stuff in it. I work at a gym. I work at Lifetime Fitness, and we actually have a cafe in there where we just sell the supplements and healthy foods. I work in there. So it's perfect. So then I get off work and I get to go work out because that's half the battle for most people. Like getting to the gym, I'm like, man, I'm already here. I have to work out. Probably Saturday and Sunday because I always go bowling. I always work Monday through Friday, so Saturday and Sunday, my bowling days.
Shannon Polhowski. Again, they will be on 29 and 30. And then in 5th and 6th positions on 33 and 34, we have Amanda Green versus Brittany Smith. Amanda Green and Brittany Smith on lanes 33 and 34. All right, over in Group B, starting on lanes 21 and 22, your tournament leader is Lee Jameson, and in second in Group B is Liz Johnson. Lee Jameson and Liz Johnson on 21 and 22. Over in positions 3 and 4 on 17 and 18, we have Clara Guerrero versus Jen Higgins. Clara Guerrero and Jen Higgins on lanes 17 and 18. And then rounding out our 5th and 6th positions on 13 and 14, we have Verity Crawley, who is just 32 pins out of the group stepladder final. And she'll be bowling Maria Jose Rodriguez, who is only 71 pins out of that group stepladder final. So very tight match down on in the Group B on lanes 13 and 14. All right, ladies, so report to those pairs. We're going to turn the lanes back on for 5 minutes of practice, and just as soon as you get to your pairs, your lanes are now on for 5 minutes of warm-up. All right, ladies, please hold up on your warm-up. Please hold up on your warm-up. No more deliveries. Reset those 10 setters to the first ball cycle. All right, the 2 leaders in each group will advance to the PWBA TV Step Ladder Finals. And then qualifiers 2, 3, and 4 will head into the group Step Ladder Final this afternoon at 5 p.m.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Group B, we're about 32
Position round, game 6 of match play.
group Step Ladder, and Maria Jose Rodriguez
Oh, that's nice.
71
The
behind. So,
plus minus is now on the scoreboard.
all right, let's pick out your favorite
We've
player.
got
Cheer her on.
Lee Jane Sin, or Sin Lee Jane,
Great big round of applause as these ladies
and Liz Johnson. With Group B, top 2 seeds. Group A, City Rockman and Juliana Franco. It would take something, again, very, very outside and crazy for CT Rockman to give up the Group A lead. And shots like that, certainly, she won't do such a thing. Sin Lee Jane will be the top seed of the PWBA Wichita Open. Just formalities at the moment. See how many pins she can add to her score at this point in time. The battles, however, still ongoing in Group A. Juliana Franco at plus 324. Shannon O'Keefe and Shanna Pluhowski doing battle on 29 and 30. I certainly encourage you to utilize the live scoring link on pwba.com/live, because I'll be doing the same. Those two nearly solidified spots in the group step ladder final. Amanda Green is 5th there. She is 144 pins out and would need some help to get there. Let's see who will be kind of the top seed in the Group A step ladder final. That's the battle there for Group A at the moment. In Group B, mentioned Sin Lee Jane has already locked up the number 1 seed. Liz Johnson is 2nd at plus 302. Again, she would like to bowl 1 game as well. Starts with a 7-10. Clara Guerrero is in 3rd in Group B at plus 266. So Jen Higgins, Verity Crawley, and Maria Jose Rodriguez all have a chance to earn a spot in the group step ladder final. Jen Higgins is 4th at plus 182. Verity Crawley is 5th at plus 150, 32 pins out of 4th. Maria Jose Rodriguez is 6th, 71 pins out of 4th. And of course they are all the way to our left. Live scoring also has the plus minuses for you, so you can follow along that way as well. All right. There's Juliana Franco on a double. Three in a row for Franco to start. Again, Franco, Puhowski, O'Keefe. Right now, the group stepladder finalists. In Group A, looking for additional or positional changes to be the top seed of that group stepladder. Juliana Franco, a non-member, competing as an amateur this week. Jen Higgins, looks like she has started spare three-bagger. Jane Sin here. Sin Lee Jane. Got Jane Sin on the jersey. Written Sin Lee Jane. Everyone calls her Lee Jane or Jane. I know that's confusing, but call her Sin Lee, Lee Jane, or Jane. Sin Lee Jane double, 8 spare double. Lace Johnson now with 3 in a row. Found Valley, I recall, Kelly Kulick. Or was it Found Valley? Excuse me, it's the Sonoma County Open. Kelly snuck in to the group stepladder final, or one of them, during the position round game. She was so far away from us, I didn't know what her score was. So after the 7-10 in the second frame, that's what stopped Liz Johnson from having the first 6. I tell you, watching Cindy Jane this morning, and during match play, it's just been a pleasure to watch. It's like our first bad shot of the day. O'Keefe and Pluhowski. Sienna with 99 in the 5th. O'Keefe would have a 9-pin advantage here if she strikes. Not seeing too many strikes from Amanda Green as of yet down there. This 1-2 match will be over pretty soon. In regards to the amount of strikes that are being thrown. Let's take a look at live scoring. Verity Crawley, 94 in the 5th. Maria Jose Rodriguez went front 3, 9 spare strike, 8 spare. And for Maria, just 71 pins out of 4th. That means Jen Higgins keeping pace. She's got 118 in the 5th. Working on a spare. Crawley and Rodriguez trying to catch Jen Higgins. Again, follow along, live scoring. C.T. Rockman here, 210. Pluhowski with a split in the 8th frame. Spare off camera for Cindy Jane. All right, Juliana Franco. Players trying to catch her for positioning and the group stepladder final. And O'Keefe just washed out in the 8th frame. O'Keefe was 21 pins behind Franco, who right now would be, or is winning her match here. Jen Higgins made a spare in the 8th frame. Circle around it, so she is clean. An open frame for Franco. Take a look at this brief spare here. And Liz Johnson will finish things out. It's going to be the low game of the day for Sin Lee Jane. So 159. Shannon O'Keefe in the 8th, 147. Pluhowski in the 8th. 143 in the 7th for Juliana Franco. Not anymore after that strike. Liz Johnson. Liz trying to just solidify her position. She's in a, she had a nice little lead over on Clara, but if Clara wins that match, it adds another 30 bonus pins. Certainly not a death-defying lead by any means. In fact, it's only 36 pins. That's just more than, of course, a win from a bonus perspective. The fast 8. All best Liz can do is shoot 223. The good news is, if she does do that, she would have won the match. Jen Higgins strikes first shot in the 10th. Wow, it's brewing down there. So Higgins can go 238. Maria Jose Rodriguez can shoot 248. Wouldn't be enough for Maria. Verity Crawley can only get to 203. Looks like Jen Higgins is going to be safe. 221 for Liz Johnson. Liana Franco doubling up. Franco in the 10th frame. Jen Higgins shot 234. By my count, she has shut out Clara Guerrero. And so Jen Higgins will get the win. Unofficially, we'll get to plus 246. right, CT Sophia. The first shot in the 10th. It's an important strike for Franco because, or excuse me, for Shannon O'Keefe as well. And so what that did, Sophia not being able to win that match. Shannon O'Keefe shot 209. And she is unofficially now at plus 342. Juliana Franco now will win this match. And will remain ahead of Shannon O'Keefe. And so Franco will be the top seed in the group step ladder A. Top 2 seeds determined. Congratulations to Cindy Jean and C.T. Rockman. I'm going to go take some photos, folks. I appreciate you joining us. Thanks for watching Match Play. I'll come back and sign it all off, but I'd like to thank all of our viewers, sponsors. It has been one heck of a day, one heck of a weekend. I'll be back with you. Group Step Ladder Finals, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Jason Thomas and everyone involved, Emil Williams Jr. Keep it live right here on Extra Frame.
Another hour. We're going to start with Group A. The number 4 qualifier, we have Shannon Plahowski. Her opponent in the opening match will be the number 3 qualifier, Shannon O'Keefe. And the winner of that match will go on to meet our number 2 seed, Juliana Franco. Now over to Group B, the number 4 qualifier, we have Jen Higgins. And her opponent in the opening match will be our number 3 qualifier, Clara Guerrero. And the winner of that match will then go on to meet our number 2 seed, Liz Johnson. These are your finalists, ladies and gentlemen. How about one more big round of applause for all of them? Congratulations, ladies. Now don't forget the group step ladder final. The PWBA Wichita Open will begin at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. group step ladder final. So come on back, grab your seats, and watch a great show. And if you haven't already done so, there's still time to register to bowl with these lady pros tonight in the Pro-Am at 7 p.m. So again, we'll see you in just about an hour.
Again, folks, thanks for watching. If you're still joining us here, the group step ladder finals will begin at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Again, so for everyone involved, PWBA staff, USBC, BPAA, and everyone here at Northrock Lanes, my name is Emil Williams Jr. See you at 5 p.m. Central. Group step ladder finals. Congrats to CT Rockman and Sinley Jane, your top 2 seeds. Sinley number 1, CT number 2 for the TV finals of the PWBA Wichita Open. We'll be back in about an hour. PWBA Wichita Open live on Extra Frame.